My next modality that I included in this training session are going to be dumbbells, and for the upper body exercise, I chose to do bicep curls. In this first variation, I performed the 2 sets of 10 bicep curls with a supinated grip, and this is also known as a underhanded grip, and that is when the thumb, or the radius, does not cross over the pinky. And just like the name implies, this exercise is to target the biceps, but it also helps the elbow flexors that are in the upper arm, such as the brachialis and the brachioradialis. And we're getting into my second set of 10 with the supinated grip of bicep curls. And to do this, my feet are shoulder width apart, my knees and hips are both slightly flexed, which helps with stabilization. And I start with my arms extended, hands by my side, and then I flex the elbow to curl the weight while keeping my elbows in. And like I said, I do this for a total of 2 sets of 10. For my next variation, I again did bicep curls, this time with a neutral grip, and this can also be called the hammer curl. And I keep the same posture like I mentioned in the last variation, the only change being that the thumb is now facing the ceiling and the pinky is facing the floor, much like the same hand position that can be seen when doing a seated row. And in this variation, it is going to target both heads of the bicep muscle as well as, again, the brachialis and the brachioradialis. And something different with this variation too is that this one also places less stress on the wrists. So if that is an area of concern, then this might be something good to incorporate or to try. The third variation I did for bicep curls were unilateral bicep curls, still with the neutral grip from the previous variation. And like I've mentioned before, unilateral exercises allow for concentration to be on that arm alone, the one doing the movement. And I'm also keeping the other dumbbell not being currently used in the other hand, just to help with some counterbalance. The focus being set on just one arm in unilateral exercises can also help with neuromuscular connection. And because I am performing bicep curls, I also just wanted to mention a sticking point, and those are a factor in not only bicep curls but other exercises as well that is overcome, and this is the point in the range of motion where there is a large increase in difficulty continuing the lift. And in the bicep curl, that is around 90 degrees of flexion. And now we are moving on to the lower body portion that I perform with dumbbells, and these would be calf raises. The first variation, I am doing both legs at the same time, so bilaterally, and I'm holding the dumbbells in both hands. And to do this, I am standing nice and tall, feet shoulder width apart, and I'm going to perform 2 sets of 10. As I continue to do the movement, I'm keeping my knees straight and extended and controlling the movement throughout. This exercise will help to not only strengthen the calf muscles, but to also protect the Achilles tendon and help reduce risk of injury to the area. For my next variation, it is going to be a single leg calf raise, and this is one of the simplest and most effective movements in that the calf muscles are targeted specifically. And this variation being a single leg is also good at helping it to maximize the mass and symmetry in the calves. Again, I'm going to be doing 2 sets of 10, and I just hang on to this piece of equipment here for extra stability, and I'm keeping the dumbbell in the same arm that the leg is performing the calf raise, so it's going to be unilateral. And aside from just the visual aspect of increasing your calf mass, the calves also play an essential role in stability of the foot, ankle extension, and knee flexion. Strengthening the muscle is beneficial for a number of activities, including walking, running, jumping, and these are also important for a number of sports. My last variation here is a seated calf raise, and the dumbbells are just resting on my thighs, right above my knees, and I am raising my heels, engaging my calves, and I pause to get the muscle working, and then I lower back down to the starting position for, again, 2 sets of 10. The calf raise and also the seated calf raise are very easily replicated at home, and this seated calf raise can be used in place of a machine that is unavailable